Good evening. This is Sam Dossa with my co-host Jennifer. We are actually believe in business as well as which allows us to promote passion in business. This has been running for last 6 months, and we took a little break, but we are bringing a very vibrant energy together again. And
Yeah,
this episode, which we are going to be launching today, is a beginning of something very significant, which is you as our audience. Myself and my co-host Jennifer are going to be sharing many wisdoms, many pearls, many golden nuggets of our journey as business owners. And we are here to support this initiative. And we appreciate all those who are going to be watching and listening to us. And we believe that we will be able to give you a very good insight of running your own business. As an entrepreneur, there are a lot of areas where people hold themselves and think, where is the support, where to find support. So we are here. So my name is Sam Dossa. I'm a business coach and a mentor, specialized in burning out, which is an area where a lot of entrepreneurs as well as individual professional goes through, and they don't realize at the time when they are burning out. But then that goes through, they realize that they've been burning out, and at the time when they are in a recovery position, and when we say to them, you are burning out, I'll say, no, I'm just recovering right now. I've been burned out, but I'm recovering. So my area where I help people to stop that burnout, create some sort of a plan which allows them to be in a right state of mind, think straight, believe in themselves, rejuvenate their energy, start looking after their health and their people who are around them. So that's me, Sam Dosa, your business coach and a mentor. And I would like my co-host to introduce herself.
hello. Hi, Sam. I can't
Hello.
wait for us to get going on this new journey because we've done our 6 months and it's been a really fascinating journey into introducing some really amazing experts that we've spoken to. And I've got lots of nuggets, and I bet you got lots of nuggets too. Because we're,
Yes.
as business owners, we're always looking to improve and evolve. I talk about evolving the business, and because it doesn't stop. I mean, even when you do a business plan, it never sticks to the plan because it's always growing. So yeah, very excited about the journey going forward. And so me, I'm Jennifer Beaumont White. I'm a business coach, life coach, and emotional freedom specialist. Now, I love working with creative, inspired entrepreneurs who are looking to raise their game and create a lifestyle, and business, integrate the whole lot, where they do that thing that they love, make a difference, heart-centered, coming from their heart, by being true to themselves, being really authentic about themselves, and living their life on their own terms. So what is this emotional freedom? It's, to my mind, it's overcoming your illusion of fear that stops you from being who you are, who you're meant to be, and who you're meant to be in this world, and moving back into remembering who you really are, fun-loving, fearless, free, fulfilled, being the embodiment of love and being your true authentic self. So that's what I do. I work with these with my clients, and I move them from being in fear to being move them from fear to love, and move them from being stuck to being irresistible. And we do that the same similar sort of way with coaching. It's always, what do you want? Make a plan, and we take action to make those plans happen. So yeah, that's me.
Perfect. Beautiful. That's quite a amazing introduction. So today, let's start. I think this episode, which we are actually rebranding this entire Believe in Business, promoting passion in business. It's all about sharing my experience being an entrepreneur, as well as Jennifer's being an entrepreneur and her experiences in certain areas where we found that at the time we were quite undecisive of whether is this the right thing we are doing, whether staying with the secure job and having the day-to-day share of struggle we were going through, the amount of time or amount of struggle we have gone through to be here where we are right now. What were the key factors for us to choose this life, what we are in right now? So let me throw this question and ask whether is this something you are going through? Are you are thinking of being an entrepreneur or solopreneur yourself? Are you thinking whether is this the right thing? Do you have a business idea? Do you think that working in a job is the right thing for you? It must be the right thing for you because we are all looking for security for ourselves, and security is very important. As Maslow's hierarchy, we need shelter, we need basic needs, we need food, we need water. Uh, those three things are being given. We have some sort of needs been fulfilled. But what other needs you have to have in your life? What is your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life to work for somebody for the rest of your life, or your purpose is to gain something what you are being given the opportunity to work with? So that is amazing opportunity for anybody watching this video to come along and share your thoughts with us. And if there is any questions would you would like to ask us, we are here to support you, help you. This episode is between me and my co-host Jennifer, but going forward we will have a hot seat. We will say to you guys to come on the hot seat and sit there and ask us questions. We might have people who might have several questions to be answered. And Thank you, McDonald, for joining us, for saying hello to both of us. And thank you, Kaz, for giving a thumbs up for viewing this video. I'm sharing while I'm talking to you, and while my co-presenter is going to be talking about her journey. I will be sharing this to a lot of people to join us in this group and chat with us. So, Jennifer, what is your take on this?
Okay, so my take on this, I started my first business when I was 18. So I left my qualified as a hairdresser back in the 70s, and I was doing a lot of freelance work while I was going through my apprenticeship, and then I did a couple of years as an employee, and then I actually started my business just straight out the gate. I had clients anyway, yeah. But then being away from this, like the salon full time, it was like a bit scary. I didn't know anything about all the terminology about tax, insurance, accountants. I couldn't understand what they were talking about. But luckily, at that time, I met my husband to be, and we courted for 5 years. And he was already in business. He had his own decorating contracting company. So I learned quite a lot of, going through his experience as a business owner. But I think with nowadays, if we want to cut to the chase, nowadays, right? I think because there's so much opportunity for people to leave their I don't actually. Let's start from the other end. I think there is no such thing as a secure job. Back in the day, you'd start your work life, work through until you're 40 years until you retire, and then you
Retired.
get a retirement check, and then you go off and die, kind of thing. Nowadays, hardly anybody stays in a job more than 3 years. And you're always constantly trying to keep hold of that secure job, because there's competition from younger people, competition from AI, artificial intelligence, competition from the internet, and you're hanging on, just clawing onto your job. So people are now looking for opportunities to earn an extra stream of income, because you can with the internet and social media and all the possibilities there, or branching out on their own and leaving their job and coming out into the entrepreneur arena. And okay, now I was part of a team before, and I only did one element of the business. I was only in charge of one element of the business, but now I have to do everything. I have to look after the finances, the marketing, and still take care of myself, look after my customers, look after my family, still kind of try and have some kind of social life. So it's a completely different arena. And you might have come in with a huge, amazing, juicy, passionate idea. And now it's like, okay, so the idea itself is like being bogged down with all this other stuff that you didn't know about. And it can be overwhelming. So, during my time as a business owner, apart from being a coach, I've had a children's clothes business, I've had a salon business, I've had a property business, and there's been times when it's been really successful, and it's like you're working 24/7, and I've had panic attacks, I've had the burnout, I've had the nervous breakdown, I've had the I can't cope with this. It's just really, it's a minefield until you find someone to be able to hold your hand and say, hey, you know what, I'll get some advice from this person, or take on staff. When I was running my successful hair salon, I had someone just walk through the door. She came in and she really took over my life and really made a big difference. She was an amazing hairdresser, managed me, managed the salon, and that's exactly what I needed, someone just to take that burden away. And because I was so busy, I couldn't find time to even interview people because it was just so busy. So you can have a success burnout and you can have the failure burnout. So
Yes.
yeah, finding someone just to
So
take that load.
that's absolutely spot on, actually, and that's a lot of entrepreneurs are going through with it, and they don't find the right mentor. That's also the key. There are a lot of mentors, there are a lot of coaches available. Finding the right mentor to coach them is to allow them to be successful in their business. Because now we got a question from Lucky McDonald saying that how can someone become an entrepreneur? It's quite a broad question. It has to be the passion, or the what I call it, comes within you. Whether do you have any skill sets or entrepreneurship skill sets, or have you done any business before, or are you thinking about doing a business before? A lot of people will say, okay, I'm on eBay, I am on any other platform which I sell item. You are entrepreneur, actually, even though you are doing a part-time job. That's also cast as an entrepreneurship, because looking at it, you become a dropship supplier, a dropship person who buys goods from a wholesaler and then you sell it on eBay. Yeah, you are doing a proper business. How much you making money in that is all depending on who is your supplier. If you are going to get if you have a a big chain of supplying, then you are going to make good money. But if you are starting very small, there are a lot of other options which you can go about doing it, starting with slowly and gradually you become an entrepreneur. But every time you need to start with somewhere, and then before that, actually, you need to have a coach to help you understand where you are, because coaches are like a guiding light. They are not going to say, okay, ask me all the question, I want answers to all those questions. End of the day, you are the one who is making the choice for your life. We are here to guide you to the next level. That's what our job and responsibility will be. So that would be my answer to you. Let's hear from my co-host Jennifer, how she can give you some her wisdom in that.
Okay, so my take on this is there's a distinction between an entrepreneur and a business owner, and I find that business owners tend to have more like the trades and the professions as a business owner, because it's usually a set model, and you would have done that as your job, and then you branch out into doing it in your own way, right? So you have, you're an accountant or a decorator, you work for someone, and you think, okay, I'm going to branch out and do my own thing. An entrepreneur is someone who comes up with their own idea of running a business. Just like Sam said, it could be that you go into an area where you're buying stuff and selling it. It could be that you've got an idea you want to make chairs in a particular way. You've designed something and you want to sell these chairs, and you're really passionate about the design that you have, or you want to work as do a particular service like a coach. You want to change people's lives. So those are types of entrepreneurs. Now, with a business owner, you're more likely to get someone who's already done that, being there, and they can mentor you into helping you get, progress forward, even to the point where you go to the job center, or uh, there's lots of government places where they can actually help you. An entrepreneur can find it a bit more difficult, because sometimes your idea is so out there, or it's so passionate, that you're just focused on the one thing to get it out there to sell to people, that you're not focused on actually learning the business of selling, business of sales, the business of running your admin. So if you're going to become an entrepreneur, it'd be a good idea to actually talk to some people who've already got some business experience, and look at the pitfalls, and look at the pluses. And if you've already started and you want success, maybe it's a good idea to find yourself a coach or a mentor, because they're two different things as well. A mentor would be someone who's already done it and they're going to show you how. An entrepreneur, a coach would be someone who's expecting you to be the expert in your business, and would be asking you specific questions from their own experience, to then draw out those answers from within you, to let you see both sides, all sides, 360 degrees of your business, so that you can actually plan for yourself. And they hold your hand to make your business come to fruition. So at this stage, it's all about researching, getting advice, finding out what's out there, researching your market, what's going on. Is your product, service, or idea marketable? Because sometimes you have an idea and it just turns into an expensive hobby, because nobody actually wants to buy it, or it doesn't make enough money, and you still have to stay in your job. So there's a lot of questions to be answered around how does one become an entrepreneur.
So one thing I think quite important to understand over here is, if you have a job, keep the job and look for opportunity while you got a job. Don't think of that, oh, I'm going to leave the job and the the entire world is going to be asking for my product. It does not happen like that. Do not stay in that bubble, and people who are putting you in that bubble is completely wrong. And you have to be working with those people who are authentic to you. We are only blunt with you and saying, listen, wait, do not short your foot, do not dig out your own grave, don't do those things, because it's going to create a multiple credible time of struggle in your life. You do not want to go through with those struggles, because once you start a business, then you need to focus, because your paycheck is not going to come. You need to work hard for it. You need to see how my business is going to roll, where my clients are going to come, who is my ideal client, how I'm going to interact with people, how I'm going to develop my pitching skills, what is my social media strategy, what is my business plan, how I'm going to work with my accountant, how everything is going to roll. If you are expert in your area in service, and then you're looking at it, okay, I'm going to cut corners over here and there and trying to create something, it won't happen. You need to understand everything has something in there. To get a professional coach or a mentor is extremely important.
Can I just put a little twist on that as well, in terms
Sure.
of the financial side? Because I think it was Brad Burton and his CEO of For Networking. They were talking about how sometimes it actually works to your detriment to have loads of money as well. Because sometimes I think they had £1 million budget they started this business, this project, this business, and because they had so much money, they were wasting money on things that didn't really matter. They weren't doing their research. They weren't finding out what was going on in the marketplace. They would just think, oh, we'll have a pretty website. We'll have this party and introduce ourselves to these people. And then it got down to, I think it was something ridiculous, like £1,000 or £10,000 left. And it's like, okay, where's the money? Now we've got to really get our arse into gear, because we haven't done what we're supposed to do. Even as experienced business people, they were just fooling around. You really have to do your research. You've got to do your connections. You've got to know what's going on out there, and have someone to guide you to make sure that you're on the right track, especially if you've never been. And these guys were experienced business people, and they still made that mistake even with all that money. So you've really got to think about where you're going, make a plan before you leap.
Yeah, and again, influence yourself with the like-minded people. If you want to
Yeah,
be a business entrepreneur, get involved with people who are already running a business. People who are sit with them, exchange your ideas. There are people who would like to talk to you. They might be interested in your idea, might to take you to the next level. So surround yourself with the right-minded people, and that's very important. And if you are sitting in the place where people are not actually giving you positive energy, it means that they are not going to be connecting with you correctly. They are not going to put you to the next level. They are going to keep you in the same level where they are. So you need to change your course of action in your business, also in your mindset as well, where exactly you want to go next level. And that's
that is
very key for
absolutely
your,
key. Yeah, the
absolutely
mindset
key.
piece is really, really key. That gives you, once you have the confidence and faith in your own self, it gives you that confidence within your own body. It gives you that confidence that when you actually project yourself, when you're speaking about what you're about, what you've got, it comes across to other people. And people who are not getting your energy, they're not getting your vibe, will go away and move away from you. And the people who are seeking you or connecting with you will gravitate towards you. You'd be like, oh my gosh, your energy, your passion, I really want to be on board with you. So it really has to come from within here, within your heart. The passion, which is what we talk about, promoting passion in business. It's like it
Yes.
has to be such a faith. And then just be confident that the people who are leaving you, there's nothing wrong. It's just they don't get you. They just really don't
Mhm.
get you. Love them anyway. Say, hey, that's fine. I know where I'm going. I mean, it was Walt Disney. I mean, how many times did he fail to the point of bankruptcy? But he had the vision and he kept going. And he just, he had the heart. You just gotta, and then when the people who really love you, really connect with you, will gravitate towards you, and then you'll build a circle around you of people who will support you and collaborate with you while you're doing your thing.
Absolutely. So on
Mm.
this episode, we were talking about our journey. We started with our journey. We just actually picked up on a single note over here. We did not go deeper in our journey. Where were the hurdles? And Jen talked about her beauty business, where she was overwhelmed with a lot of things, and somebody came in and she started helping her and supporting her and going through with it. Is again, we are in this series, what we will be talking every week, every Monday, 1800 hours GMT. And also we are looking at Pacific. Are we talking about Pacific time over
Yeah,
here as well?
Pacific time. This Pacific time is one. I think it's 1 o'clock. And no, actually, I did write them down somewhere.
Yes, yes. So
seven,
I
seven,
think
seven, 11. Yeah, no, it's ten
it's
o'clock. 10 o'clock Pacific. Eastern is 1 o'clock. So yeah.
1 o'clock. Yeah. So we are going to be live. And if you, anybody who is listening to us, and if you think you have any sort of issue regards to your business, you're going through with something, next episode is going to be open. Like we're going to have a place where people can jump in and actually live with us. Um, and talk to us, and we will be giving you live coaching session in our
Mm.
episode. And that will be, if you are an entrepreneur and if you are thinking of to be an entrepreneur, come along. you know we won't bite. Actually, I'm based in Birmingham, UK, and my co-host is based in a very beautiful coast called Hastings. Is it Hastings, correct?
Hastings. It's actually St Leonard's, which is the next town to Hastings.
Oh, so
Okay,
it's
but
not
St
far
Leonard's,
actually.
St Leonard's people don't want to be associated with Hastings.
Oh my God. Okay,
And
that's
I
fine.
was 2 weeks
That's
ago. I'm coming from LA, so it's like I'm international coach.
yeah, yeah.
But at the moment, I'm
She's
based.
excellent, excellent. And Hero Lal said hello to us. He's from Pakistan, and
Hello, my hero.
he's a business. He's also got a web designing business in Pakistan,
Hmm.
where he designed an excellent web design for a lot of people in the UK, around the globe. So thank you, Hira, for joining us. So today's episode was all about to introduce ourselves to our community, talking about our own journey as an entrepreneur and what we are going through at this present moment as well, and what we are creating to bring
Hmm.
to our audience, to our followers. And we actually appreciate your feedback. And if you think would you anything would you like us to bring on to this episode, please do not hesitate to connect with myself, Sam Dosa, or to Jennifer Buman White. We are available on Facebook, LinkedIn. So join us on this live comment. We appreciate people who have commented, and we are going to put our appointment diary. So if you like to book yourself a discovery call with myself or with Jennifer, please do not hesitate to do that. We are very happy to acknowledge that. And going forward, we would be creating a show where we'll be inviting you live. If you want to come along live, please. And this is going to be next Monday, which is going to be the 13th of August. So
Hmm.
exactly 6 o'clock in GMT, 10 o'clock Pacific, and 1 o'clock Eastern time.
Hmm.
We are available on the feed over here. Is a Be Live platform, and we have an opportunity to bring you as our guest to be live with our audience. So, anything else would you like to
Fabulous.
share?
If people actually want to contact us, apart from the diary, because once you get my diary, you'll get my email address and everything like that. But for my website, at the moment, I've got a fantastic little mini cheat sheet on how to manifest your heart's most wanted desires with my 9 success principles, just by being you. It's only 4 pages, and you work through those 9 steps, and just recognize if you are using, actually look at what's missing, because if you are not manifesting your heart's most wanted desires, what's missing from these 9 steps that you're not doing, and it'll just fill you in, and then you'll be on my mailing list anyway, so you'll be notified when we're doing these shows, notified when I'm doing my interviews on BU interviews, etc., and you'll get all the breakdown on how to, to actually activate and implement the 9 success principles on a regular basis as well. So you get 9 emails, autoresponder responses. It's like a mini course. So yeah, and the website is jenniferbeaumont-white.com. JENNIFERBEAUMONT hyphen little dash WHY for Yankee TE.com. So that's me.
Done it. I've just typed it in as a comment, so people can access that from our comment as well. And
Yeah.
if you have any more questions, please and if you have any question, please do not hesitate to contact myself or Jennifer. We are happy to help you. So thank you very much for joining us for today episode. We will be back next week on the 13th of August at
Mm-hmm.
1800 hours for GMT, 10
Mm-hmm.
o'clock a.m. for Pacific time, and
Mm-hmm.
1 p.m. for Eastern time. So
Yeah.
until then, goodbye and good evening. Bye for now.
Yeah. Fantastic, Sam. Have a great week. Fantastic. It's going to be amazing.
Indeed, indeed. Bye bye.